Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan with your hosts, Adrian and Mac.
Welcome, everyone, to the Kentucky Game Plan. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I'm Mac Black. It's chilly weather.
It's chilly out there.
Yes, it is.
Perfect time for the chili.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I'm excited about sports right now. I mean, I'm just ecstatic. Last week we talked. World Series was going on.
Yep.
I was rooting for the Nationals.
Your boys? Yep.
And nothing against Houston Astros. Amazing team. Crazy how they started to come to life, on the road.
Well, every team.
Right. And they get back home and it's like they just kind of lost it. The Nationals did their thing and won their first World Series.
Who would have thought?
Right. Well, I thought.
Well,
so
being a true fan.
Right. But I'm proud of both teams, especially the Nationals.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
World Series champs. I mean,
right.
It's a long grinding season. So
really is. So hopefully they can take the off season, look over a few things, see what they need to do, and get back into the rhythm when the season starts back up and win another one.
Well, back to back would be very impressive
It
for a team that kind of really wasn't picked to do much.
No,
let's think about it. You get rid of Bryce Harper, your marquee player.
Right, you get rid of him, and then things get into motion. You start to build the momentum, and turn to champions.
Well, some players wear out their welcome, I guess is the way to put it.
What was the stat you were telling me about the Yankees? If they don't...
Well, first off, with the World Series that we're just talking about here, it's the first time in a World Series that every road team won.
Right.
So, World Series, every team that was involved on the road actually won the games. Also with the Yankees, like you were asking, the Yankees don't make the World Series next season. It's the first time since 1910 that the Yankees haven't played in a World Series within that decade.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Crazy stat. It really is.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe they can not continue that and, make some magic happen. Or maybe...
Unlikely magic.
Well, bring George Costanza back in.
Hey.
He made things happen when he was part of the organization.
That's right.
Well, moving on to
Astros. Yeah.
College football.
Start
with our local teams.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
Yeah, 'tis the season. We wish you a Merry Coffee.
There you go.
Louisville Cardinals versus Miami.
Yeah, Louisville on the road down at the U.
Yep, in the Canes territory.
Yep. Louisville fell 52-27 in this game, so Louisville is 5-4 now, as far as their record.
Came off a bye week.
Yeah.
Actually, came off a victory as well with Virginia.
Right, Virginia. Right.
Great game.
And Miami's it's a really good squad down there. And when they're at home,
it's Florida, man.
It's tough to win when they're at home. Period. I don't care who you are.
It's like playing in the swamp.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Different conference, but it's like you've seen all the recruits and all the players that have come from Florida.
Right.
How great they are. It's just like it's kind of like a football state.
Right. Kind of like Texas with the football state. Right.
But wow.
Well, yeah, they had the 2 quarterback rotation thing going down to Miami, which I think is going to be the thing for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Like we've said before in the past shows, a lot of people are switching out quarterbacks.
Just middle of the game. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be two quarterback system. One quarterback comes in just for 3 plays even. It just doesn't. It's just kind of random. But Cunningham was 12 of 18 for 219 yards for 2 touchdowns and interception. Conley was 6 for 11 for 109 yards and 1 interception. So, yeah, the turnover chain, I guess, as they say, was live down in Miami because they were getting picks all day long. But
I love it though. That's that culture.
Right.
It's a Canes culture.
Right, the turnover chain. So, yeah, Miami's 6-4. They're kind of bowl bound. What bowl? We don't know yet. But who would have thought this Louisville team would really win any more than really 3 or 4 games?
Right.
We still got 3 games left in the season. 4 games left in
Yeah,
the season?
North Carolina State, November 16th. I'm sure they got after North Carolina State. Kentucky's winding out the last game of the season. Syracuse. The Cuse.
Yeah, NC State, then Syracuse, then Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, they just win one more game.
Bowl eligibility?
Bowl eligibility, yeah.
A lot of teams are on that, walking that fine line of making the bowl.
You're right.
Look at Kentucky and Tennessee,
right.
Other local.
Yeah, Tennessee and UK. That's another close game that came down to the wire. I mean,
I see. It goes back to the whole thing of them replacing the quarterbacks.
Right. Well, I mean, Lynn Bowden played in this game, quarterback position.
Down to the wire with them. They had opportunity. Bowen was tackled.
Right.
They were like what? Just one attempt.
Yeah.
Short.
One attempt short. Yep. Well, I mean, it's 13-17 was the final. In the UK.
But they were up.
Yeah, they were up
at halftime.
Right.
13. Tennessee trailed 13-3 at the half.
Right.
So they took Brian Maher out.
Yep.
Put in Jared G. I call him Jared G. because
that last name. Good luck.
I don't want to mispronounce his name, but he did his thing. It was like a redemption game for him because if you look at the fumble loss to Alabama,
right,
and then he broke his non-throwing hand against the victory over South Carolina. So dudes had some setbacks, a few obstacles in the way, but hey, they put him in. He's a veteran. They put him in. He set the pace, and the team followed suit, and they got the win.
He was 7 for 8. So
right.
He missed one attempt. 7 for 8 for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And then when they're coming in that third quarter, it took them 6.5 minutes to get that lead. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Well,
just to come back.
Right. I mean, so Lynn Bowden, 25 yards passing with an interception.
Right.
But on the ground, ran the ball 26 times for 114 yards. Also, A.J. Rose in this game, over 1,000 yards now for the season as far as rushing. So
that's really impressive. But all in all, a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
It really is. This is like their second or third hard pill this year.
It's SEC. Let's be honest. I mean, nothing against the ACC because it's just as tough as a road. But yeah, I mean.
Where do they go from here?
Let's see. So, Tennessee. So, next game is Vanderbilt.
No, I mean as in.
Oh, as a team?
What's next? What do you do now? I know who their next opponent is.
Okay. If you want my opinion, get a quarterback.
For the season?
Just put in a quarterback. Because Lynn Bowden is not a quarterback. He's a receiver. Stop with this, I want to try this situation where I can put my best athlete at the quarterback position instead of my best athlete being down the field making plays.
So this experiment's not working.
I don't think it's working at all. I mean,
I don't think it's working. The defense it isn't working.
Well, you'd lose so many players on the defense, man. You got to think 7 dudes off that squad went to the NFL.
So is that why they're 4-5 now?
I think it's a mixture of defense, learning, number one, and learning against SEC opponents. And number 2, the quarterback situation. Where you had Wilson was your guy, and then the next guy steps in and he gets injured, and then you're kind of stuck with the situation. Do I play my third string who's not been enough practices and really doesn't know the offense very well, or do I stick my best athlete at that position, which is obviously what they did, and give it a shot?
Well, that's the same thing Satterfield was doing with Louisville.
Right. He
said he'll play any of his 3 quarterbacks. It's just whoever's ready to play is who he's going to play.
Correct.
Whoever's ready to come in, do the job, and win, that's who he's going to play. But I feel like Kentucky is limited. Their options are limited because, they got 3 guys. Louisville has 3 guys. So it's been an experiment all over college football with this quarterback situation.
Well, I think it's an experiment where these guys are trying just to win games and trying to scheme things
Right.
that are best fit for that person at that position.
And that moment, too.
And in the moment. Right.
So it's not something that, they're going to... It's not something I feel like they should just keep doing. I mean, it's what an experiment is. It's you try it to see if it works. If it doesn't work, come up with another solution. But if it is working, it goes back to the thing, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Both teams have some fixing to do.
Well, another thing you got to look at, too, is some of the quarterbacks that they're rotating, a lot of teams don't have a lot of film on them.
No.
Because they don't have a lot of, time on the field.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to...
It's like watching a ghost.
Well, it's kind of hard to scheme a defense against the person you don't know anything about. So
Exactly.
Right. So that makes total sense.
But Vandy is next for Kentucky. Missouri's next for Tennessee. Kentucky plays on November 16th. Tennessee November 23rd after their bye week. So we'll see what happens with them. Yeah. Alabama, LSU. Watching the pregame show to this and seeing all the hype earlier on before the game, I just had this feeling this was going to be Alabama's first loss. We all know LSU's a great team. They've always been great. Another Southern thing.
Yep.
Southern powerhouse.
Yep. Just
like Alabama, not taking nothing away from them. But that first quarter, I could kind of see, I was starting to see things. I'm like, they're going to get tried today. They're going to be tried. They're going to see what they're made of as far as roll tide.
Yeah.
But I just had that feeling, dude. I really just had that feeling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean...
But, hold on, but...
Yes?
As LSU took their lead in that last quarter, I'm like, it's a minute and something left. I was like, I know Alabama gets the ball, and somebody's going to run that ball straight back. And lo and behold...
You called it.
Yes. Touchdown.
Well, yeah.
Touchdown. So they gave them, under a minute?
Under a minute.
Under a minute, and then they had their chance to convert. Missed, time ran on the clock, and then boom. But, hey, both quarterbacks...
Hey, they balled out.
They did. And, it was a respect thing, too.
Right.
Because the guys were actually, hugging and shaking hands at the camaraderie was there.
Right.
Like I said, two powerhouse teams, and I think this is the game of the year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely say this is the game of the year so far. I mean, we got to see what the college playoffs look like. But
But two great coaches.
Oh, Ed Orgeron. How would you like to be that guy's agent right now? The bonus this guy's about to get.
Yeah, but I don't want to be here with that Powerade poured all over me. I mean, he took it like a champ, though. You see his facial expression, but hey, tip my hat to that dude.
Ed Orgeron, yeah, LSU.
Great coaching, coaching, superior coaching. Nothing to take away from Saban, but you got two masterminds, college football. Trying not to do each other, and LSU. Better team. So
LSU 46, Alabama 41.
Yeah.
So I guess the real question is, as of the college playoffs situation, is Alabama out now?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
Never count Alabama out.
I don't think they're out either, just because
one game.
Everybody's enamored with Alabama and Nick Saban. Let's just be honest.
One game.
One game against an undefeated top 4 ranked team. Let's be honest.
It was a respectable opponent, a respectable loss, if that makes any sense at all. I mean, no loss is good, but you can respect your opponent losing to a worthy opponent.
Right.
And LSU was that opponent.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Coming into this game and undefeated. Leaving the game. So yeah.
It was a great game. So for those who didn't get to watch it, go back and watch it. YouTube, it's something. It was a great game.
What a game. Yes, I agree. Some basketballs in the air.
You know what? I'm going to swat that basketball out of the air because we have to touch on another piece of college football.
Okay.
And I don't know if you were saving this toward the end or whatever, but
yes.
your boy Deion Sanders.
Prime time.
And Florida State Seminoles.
Neon Deion.
So tell me what's going on. I've been hearing rumors. Actually, yesterday, ran into a high school buddy of mine.
Oh, yes.
He brought it to my attention. I phoned you afterwards to say, hey, did you hear about? Because it totally flew over my head. I had no idea. And I was shocked. I mean, I ain't going to say I was shocked. I was, I guess, surprised in a sense. So, a lot of things are going to go. If this happens, if this goes down, it's going to be a lot of dynamics changed. There's going to be some different dynamics in there because, one, Deion gets his job. They're a Nike school.
Yeah.
And Deion is Under Armour guy. He's diehard Under Armour. So,
correct.
Is this a thing to where, does he have enough power to change these things as far as like who's outfitting the team? Because his league that he coaches,
The high school
league, all Under Armour.
right? Texas Christian Academy, Academy. Yeah,
But he said he would never have any deals with Nike again. So I really think this would affect his decision to be a coach at that school. Now, when you have to ride out the contract, I don't know what their contract looks like, what's left on there, but
right.
I feel like Deion has enough say-so to
get with the athletic director and all that.
Make his Under Armour school. I would like to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought of that dynamic of the situation.
I mean, I just know watching videos with him,
right?
Shoe shopping with Complex, and just interviews of people asking him, what happened with you and Nike? You're a big Under Armour guy now. Why is that?
Right.
And I shared the video with you, and we had a discussion about it. So that's just with me being, in the footwear industry and loving footwear and being involved and keeping up with the brands and the companies.
Correct.
That's just something that, comes bigger to mind. I mean, you're on more of the coaching end of it.
Yeah.
Him taking the job of being a coach. Right. But me, the brand, who's outfitting the school, and let's keep it real, because a lot of these brands influence where a lot of these players go and play. We've talked about that, and AAU teams, a lot of stuff that goes on behind closed doors, money passed around this way, getting people to come over here and play for this team because they got on Nike or Adidas, or with Under Armour being like third in the mix, you got Nike first, of course. Adidas is number 2. And, Puma's creeping in. They got some good stuff coming down the pipeline, and I'm pretty impressed. With Puma, but Under Armour's right there trying to fight too. I mean, CEO stepped away. He's on the board now. They got a new guy coming in. They got new designers, and they're trying to change everything around. And they've done a few things, and they've seen some improvement. But they got some other stuff going on with, being investigated with their sales and all. Which that's another whole other topic. But point I'm making is that going to affect him taking that job with him being a Nike school?
Well, like I said, I never thought of that aspect of it. Number one. Number two, will it affect? It's hard to say for the fact that what's the contract going to look like?
Right.
What's the money situation going to look like?
With him, I don't think it's about the money anymore, because when he was younger, you're a rookie.
It's always about the money.
You coming in, you seen the jewelry, and Must Be the Money, his song.
Right.
And it's the truest statement ever.
Right.
Truest song if you listen to it, because it is. But at the end of the day, it's about the money. Wall Street, it's about the money. Nike, it's about the money.
But he's at his alma mater.
Right. He is.
This is a chance. I mean, I'm not saying going home is always the best thing.
But you can always come back home.
Right.
Remember that.
Right.
You go far away, you can always come back home if you need to. And I got some else that are disagreeing with, shaking their head, but it's true though.
Well,
I've seen it happen a lot of times.
Well, another thing, he's always had such strong ties to Florida.
Right. Once again, we go back to the whole Florida powerhouse thing.
Right. But now he also has all those ties to Texas, where he lives, where his sons play. I mean, the one son plays, the other one plays South Carolina.
Right.
But So now you got a guy who's a name brand guy who anybody involved in football knows the name Deion Sanders, period. Coming into his alma mater to be a head coach who now has ties to the two biggest states that produce college football players
NFL
at a high level.
Yeah.
So if I'm Florida State, why not?
Yeah.
Open up the suitcase and say, how much you need to make this happen?
Dude, Deion, his personality and his ties, his connections, and just his whole history. Dude has the aura about him still.
Oh, without question.
You know,
he always will.
He's older now.
More mature.
And when you're old, you mature as you get older, and a lot of stuff you did when you were younger, it's just like you look back on. Okay, I was young, but a lot wiser now. Got more of a business aspect. You learned.
Exactly.
When you come in as a rookie, all you see is dollar signs. But as you get older, it's like it's still about the money, but how can I be smarter with my money, or how can I get this deal and do this, and how can I own something or have control of this where, I'm the boss.
Longevity.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You want your money to work for you. Don't work for you. He's already worked for his money on the field.
Right.
You don't have to do that anymore. So now, let your money work for you.
Let your name work.
Right. So
yeah, I totally agree with that.
I want to see it happen.
Love to see it happen. Love to see it happen.
Last thing, talking about this topic, how soon do you think this could happen? Not many games left in college football.
3.
Early as next season, or in the off season, or maybe another season after that. I don't think it would extend that long. They would prolong it because interests get lost, and
I think if this is gonna happen, probably.
You're usually pretty good predicting, especially with football. So
right, I'd say right at the mid-January.
Okay.
Area, like right after. Well, probably right around this time of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
To be honest, that's probably.
I'm gonna mark those words.
Like the end of January, early February.
Yeah.
Give or take, because if this does happen, he needs to get his own coaching staff set around him.
Oh, yes, a lot to be done.
And then you're gonna have to.
I'm sure he's probably already eyeing things and getting stuff in order.
And then you're gonna have to
case.
Go out and recruit what's left.
Right.
Like, let's think. All these other guys that already been around. These big schools got their guys coming.
Right.
So now you're at the tail end of this, trying to make up. It's going to be hard. So, I agree.
All right, do you want to go ahead and shoot that ball back in there?
Oh.
College football. College football. College basketball.
College basketball, yeah.
Let's touch on Memphis situation real quick.
Okay. Penny Hardaway.
All right, Penny Hardaway, James Wiseman, and Tucky was like a runner-up for Wiseman.
Correct.
Because he wanted to play, was it Maxey and one of the other players?
Yeah.
He wanted so many of them.
Dudes.
He wanted to play with them, and they almost had him there, but he chose Penny. Penny being the coach now, and they are number 14.
Yeah.
Wiseman was ineligible to play. They played. I think it was Wednesday. It was University of Illinois, Chicago.
Yes.
They are 1-1. Memphis is 2-0.
Right.
Of course, they defeated them 92-46. At the last minute, he wasn't introduced in the lineup, but he had a restraining order or something.
NCAA type of.
Well, what lifted his ineligibility to play in the game. So, I think later on that first quarter, they brought him out and he played.
Okay.
So he had 17 points, 9 rebounds. Not a bad start. He was pretty quiet during things, but he did post an Instagram pic of him smiling, and his quote was, "God's got me." So I guess he feels like, in a sense, it's a blessing, but things are going to work out in a sense. But the whole deal was, this goes back to the athletes getting paid, and when you've had this discussion many mornings, early mornings talking about this.
You're right.
And I've had it with other people as well. when Penny was questioned about the whole situation, his quote was, he says he has to be silent because it's an ongoing process. So basically, he has to watch what he's saying.
Right.
He can't say a whole lot about the situation. If somebody asks him a question about it, he has to be silent. He has to just, we got to move on from it. Keep playing basketball. But the whole thing is extended around Coach Penny. Gave Wiseman's parents $11,500 for them to move from Nashville to Memphis so they can be closer to his son and watch him play.
Okay.
So, is that so bad?
It's not. It's not so bad, but you know that NCAA book?
Yeah.
You know how big
It's
that
a
book
rule.
is?
Rules
You know
are
how
rules.
big that book
Right.
is?
Rules are rules.
Right.
But, having your family around, you feel a lot more comfortable on the floor. I remember Michael Jordan, when he used to play, when he stepped on the floor, he'd look up there and see if his mom and dad were there.
Right.
He became at ease on the court when he seen his parents sitting up there, or his wife and kids. He knew they were there, so he's calm. He can go out there and do his thing, play his game. So to me, this goes back to him having his parents there, biggest supporters.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you got your teammates, they're like your brothers or whatever, but they're not your parents.
Right. Well, it's just the comfort of having family.
Right.
There. While you're on the court, when you get off the court, they're there.
So you feel like this would have affected his play, not having his family there. Say things didn't work out, or Penny didn't give that money out to them, or they couldn't afford to move up here, and they can only make maybe 2 games, 3 games a season.
It would be tough. It would be tough on both parties, but we don't think it's a big situation, a big deal. You're giving money to bring someone's family up here so they are comfortable, so they can get their education, so they can, produce on the court to hopefully make themselves better and get themselves established as an NBA draft prospect.
Well, he's,
I get the situation, but
potential number 1 pick for next NBA draft.
Right.
So, is this going to affect him? I don't think so.
It won't affect him. No.
But if I heard right, they said he was going to pay all the money back.
Well, a lot of these guys do once they make the money. Once they make the money.
But yeah, I don't think it's a huge deal. NCAA it is, we all know that. But I think that it'll blow over. If anything, it's going to be a fine thrown in there somewhere. Maybe a game suspension, couple game suspension, or Penny might get suspended.
I could see the university getting a fine. What that fine is, who knows?
Right.
And then probably Wiseman taking like a 10-game suspension type thing. So will it blow over eventually?
Right.
It's a long season. We just went over the 3rd game of the year. So there you go.
Like I said, exciting time for sports right now. It's the latter part of the year. College basketball's in full effect. Number 9 Tar Heels are 1-0 now. Their game openers against Notre Dame, which is 0-1, 76-65, and all because of that freshman by the name of Cole Anthony. Greg Anthony's son.
Yes.
Amazing to watch. Dude shot 12 from 24 from the field goal. He was 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 of 11 from three-point range, all in 37 minutes.
Wow.
34 points. He's the engine of that team, and just watching him is just wow. I thought watching Maxey with Kentucky is great.
Right.
These are the top 2 guys to watch, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, these are probably.
There's other guys
be
out
in the
there.
top 3 NBA draft.
These are the 2 to watch this year.
Right.
Wow.
He's
if he stays healthy, good things are coming. I think it's going to be a thing. He's going to get the rest of his teammates involved. I mean, he's their main star. Usually Carolina has 2 or 3 guys.
Always.
But he's their main guy. And if they follow him, good things are coming for North Carolina this year. Definitely.
Agree.
I mean, they are number 9. So, but the State Farm Championship Classic, number 1 Michigan State is defeated by number 2 Kentucky, 69-62. What a game. Yep. Therese Maxey, 26 points, Shot 3 from 7 from 3-point range, 5 rebounds. Wow. Dude is an athletic freak. He can do pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Kentucky has a great... I love the transition.
Yep.
I love watching them in transition. I love the ball movement. Nobody's selfish. It's not just that one guy trying to score everywhere. They got some scores, and they're utilizing that. Ashton Hagen has been a beast at the point position. We see that, and he's just getting the ball to where it needs to go. Nate Sessatina, 7.6 rebounds. Montgomery had 4 points, 2 rebounds. Khalil Whitney, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Hagen's had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Quickly's coming to life again.
Yeah.
10 points, exactly. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Nick Richards, glad to see his ankle wasn't worse than what they said it was. Exactly. Right. 7 points, 4 rebounds. Eastern Kentucky's coach said he was super impressed, and that's their second victory this year. Kentucky defeated them 91-49 on Friday. Their next game was against Evansville Tuesday, November 12th, but their coach said that Nick Richards plays like he's been playing against them. He sees a national title for Kentucky.
Well, they have the talent to be in the Final Four. I'll say that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Kentucky was 19 for 50 field goal range, which is 38%. Michigan State was 22 for 56, and they were 39.3% from field goal. Rebounds were equal, 30 each.
Yeah.
Just Kentucky had a few more. Well, actually, Michigan State had 5 more defensive rebounds than Kentucky did. But crazy team, dude.
Yeah. Oh, also, U of L's basketball team.
U of L's, that was
they
next
did
on
make
the
a trip
list.
down to Miami also. They came away with the win.
It was like a doubleheader.
Right, 87-74, although they were 5 days apart.
Jordan Noor, 23 points, 12 rebounds. That dunk he had from...
the alley-oop.
Yeah.
That was sick. I agree. Enoch had 11 points, 12 rebounds. And Sutton had 16 points, 5 rebounds in that game.
And how you say his name? McMahon? Mahone? I'm terrible with last names.
Ryan McMahon?
Was it Big Ben?
Yeah, McMahon, 16 points. Yeah.
Maybe I spelled it wrong. But yeah, Max says he's just as good as any 3-point shooter. He's an elite shooter.
Yeah.
Just as good as anybody in the country. So
I agree with that.
That's going to be another team to look out for.
Also, Louisville City Soccer. They did it.
They did. They're back.
3-1 victory yesterday. So they are in the finals again to defend their title.
Yes.
Hopefully they get this next win for a three-peat to open up the new stadium next season.
Oh, it's going to happen.
They play the Real Monarchs on Sunday, November 17th at 7:30 for the championship. So
awesome. I'm excited about that. What we got going around town?
Things around town. Louisville Hard Cider and Donut Fest, Friday, November 22nd.
Delicious.
So that's going to be different. I don't know that. But anyway, yeah.
I'm not a cider guy, but, you know.
I know you're a donut guy, though.
Here and there.
The Nightmare Before Beer Fest is going to be December 14th at the Gillespie, which is off West Market Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice spot.
And also, December 3rd, the Harry Potter Holiday Feast. It's going to be Tuesday, December 3rd.
That's going to be a lot of food if it's like the movie.
Yep, it's the Highland Restaurant and Wine Bar.
Nice.
That's what that'll be. So,
well, this wraps up our show.
Yeah, don't forget to follow us. Instagram at the _KY Game Plan. Facebook at the KY Game Plan. And Twitter at the KY Game Plan.
Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure you go out and follow those links. I'm Mike Black.
I am Adrian Smith.
And thank you all for tuning in to the Kentucky Game Plan.